In this bulletin, a family's touching fight to prevent more road deaths, increased competition for supermarkets going super cheap, and in sport, an Australian first in golf croquet right here on the Sunshine Coast. Hello, I'm Jessica Taylor. Thanks for joining us. After the tragic loss of their twin girls in a car crash last year, a remarkable Sunshine Coast couple are working with authorities to save lives on the roads. On September 12, when Grace and Jessica Hornby would have celebrated their 7th birthday, instead their family will be spreading their road safety message. It was meant to be a special night with their Mimi.
They had it all planned. They were going to McDonald's, they're coming back to watch a movie, paint their nails, and all sleep in the same bed.
Jessica, Grace and their grandmother Denise never made it home. The Hornbys' lives will never be the same.
We're not the same family. Even though we've got 3 people missing from the family, we're not the same mum and dad.
It has sadly taken these deaths to make an impact. All authorities now agree the fatal intersection needs better safety measures in place. Currently, streetlights are being installed, but if crashes continue, main roads will close the intersection. Michael and Kelly have chosen to commemorate their girl's birthday with a Road Smart Day. The message is simple: take care, be aware, save lives.
People have got to stop thinking they're invincible, because a car is a weapon. And you know, if you take the wrong choice with that weapon, someone will be killed.
Through their tragic loss, the Hornbys are making a difference. There's already 14 less deaths than what there were on the roads on the Sunshine Coast this time last year. Police are 100% behind the event.
For the Road Smart weekend, we're adorning all the police vehicles with pink and purple ribbons just to try and assist in raising awareness as well, because I think every little thing helps.
It's just about trying to prevent another family or another person from going through this.
Jessica Taylor, Usc Tv News. With the construction of the Maroochydore Aldi store underway, most residents are looking forward to saving $1 or $2 at the checkout. However, some small businesses are concerned the super cheap supermarket will destroy the local economy.
They're known for their low prices, but the local competition says there's a hidden cost to shopping at Aldi.
I think people, will see it as a quick fix to their shopping need, but long term it'll hurt the communities.
Mr Duggan runs the IGA barely 100 metres away from the Aldi site on Aerodrome Road. He says supporting small business is key to the Sunshine Coast way of life.
I live in the community, my kids go to school here, so we're also spending in the community. Aldi and Coles and Woolworths, they pull it out of the community.
However, the Maroochydore Chamber of Commerce says the Aldi store is a positive step towards economic growth.
They're estimating 15 to 20 jobs once the doors open, which is fantastic for the area.
A report by the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission has found that grocery prices drop significantly at larger supermarkets when an Aldi opens in the area, a hope held by many coast shoppers.
If there's cheap product lines in there, then definitely we'll be interested. I will be going there, but I'll still be coming here as well.
The new store is expected to be open in time for Christmas. Laura Hegarty, Usc TV News.
With summer just around the corner, the Queensland Fire and Rescue Service is preparing for the bushfire season. Together with local council, they've begun a new round of hazard reduction burning, covering areas from Tewantin to Caloundra.
It's a fact of life in rural communities across the Sunshine Coast. Each year, fire destroys hectares of bushland and threatens many homes. And as summer's high temperatures kick in, the fire risks start to flare as well.
We do have some concerns. If the weather keeps up and it's dry, then we could have a late fire season here. So we have to keep very vigilant.
Queensland Fire and Rescue have joined with local council to start a new round of hazard reduction burning. They light small fires on low-risk days and backburn. By reducing the amount of fuel on the ground, blazes are less likely to take hold in fire season.
There's no doubt that this is the best way to go forward with hazard mitigation for these areas.
With the coast now entering fire season, it is known that every summer brings high fire risks, where bushland and even communities can soon become ash. But for the first time in over a decade, a change is occurring.
I don't think the risk will be as big as last year because we haven't had the rains. They are predicting El Nino weather pattern coming through, so they are predicting some good rain through August and September. 11
hazard reduction burns will take place across the Sunshine Coast in the next 2 months. Kayleigh Beasley, USC TV News.
The Sunshine Coast Art Prize is fast earning a reputation as one of Australia's top regional art awards. Hundreds of art lovers attended a gala event to check out the finalists' work and hear the announcement of this year's winner.
Hundreds of art buffs filled Caloundra's Regional Art Gallery, enjoying a night of champagne, good music and some of Australia's finest works of art.
Oh, it's a wonderful exhibition. I especially like it because it's very varied and mixed.
I'm really interested in what people are painting, and some of the things I love and some of them I really don't understand.
Young Brisbane artist Miles Hall took out this year's prize. Judges say his piece is tense, edgy and speculative.
It wasn't pretending to be polished work, it was a work that the artist was very much enjoying the process of painting.
Like most artists, it's very hard to actually explain what we do and why we do it, but I just like to think that the work speaks for itself.
And that it did, winning him an art residency at Mullaney and $15,000. The prize is one of Australia's top regional art awards.
We know that it's very well regarded. The artists that are a part of it have told us that it's one of the best exhibitions to be involved in.
It's also one of the country's most diverse. The only requirement is that all submissions are 2D.
More than 400 entries came from right across Australia, and the judges say the variety of styles and applications used made this year's decision exceptionally hard.
Though the winner confesses to having the prize money already spent.
I'd invite you all for a drink, but I think I'm better off spending the money on art materials.
Taya Lacey, USC TV News.
A whole new sector of our community is now able to share a trip to the shops. Council Cabs is not only helping residents get to their local shopping centres, but is bringing them together.
Banked up taxis and sky-high fares are no longer an issue for the over 60s and people with disabilities. A new initiative, Council Cabs, is here to help.
The product itself is more of a social product than a transport product.
Eligible passengers can book a trip to their local shopping centre for just $2 each way. The busy Chancellor Park Centre is just one of the locations Council Cabs makes a stop.
The program has proven so popular that this Tuesday, Council will reward Mr and Mrs Marshall as the 1,000th users of the system, showcasing how the Council can help aged community on the Sunshine Coast.
Council is currently running a trial of the program to find out just how effective it is.
I was pretty surprised that we got to 1,000 as quickly as we did.
And by all accounts, it's expected to grow.
The retirement villages, I've met with most of them and gone and addressed their committees, and they're just amazing. I love to see their reaction on their face when, oh wow, look what Council's giving us.
Mr Mann says the idea is to stop isolation within the elderly community, and it's working a treat.
They become really good friends, so they'll go and have a morning tea together and a bit of a chat.
You can organise a council cab in your area by dialling 1300 139 433. Morgan Williams, USC TV News.
For expert tree climbers, it's the ultimate buzz at Queensland's Arboricultural Association annual tree climbing championships. And onlookers didn't miss out either, treated to amazing acts of strength, speed and daring aerial rescue.
They're professionals, but you're not alone if you've never seen this before.
Go Maddie, push it Maddie. Stay hard Maddie, just crank it.
30 climbers from across the state spent the day battling it out for their chance to represent Queensland at the Australian Tree Climbing Championships.
Last year was my first climbing comp and totally hooked, and I'll never give it up. Absolutely excellent.
The best 5 today will go through to the Nationals, and then the best 3 from the Nationals go through to the Internationals. So that'll be in America or something next year.
The event took place in busy Yamundi. Trees were filled with ropes, harnesses and arborists.
My day-to-day work, I'm an arborist or an arboriculturalist, which is someone who's trained in the management and care of urban street trees. And these guys here today are all qualified in the same thing.
Many work for Energex, cutting branches to keep them away from power lines, but Mr. Hanley says there's more to arboriculture than just lopping limbs. If a tree hasn't been properly pruned, the new branches will develop weaker, making them hazardous next time a storm blows through. Climbers face 5 different challenges. Judges mark them on speed, safety and correct procedures. In one daring contest, competitors had to rescue an 80-kilogram dummy from the lofty heights.
The climber has 5 minutes to get up and get that confused dummy back to the ground.
With storm season just around the corner, authorities are encouraging us to think about power line safety. James Drew, USC TV News.
In sport, an Australian first took place right here on the Sunshine Coast recently. Although, if you're not up on the golf croquet, you might have missed it. The National Golf Croquet Championships were won by Alex Verge, the first female to take out the title.
The mallets were at the ready, the balls were polished, and the grass was freshly mown, ready to welcome the best golf croquet players from around the country.
People have to come a long way to play, and you know, we really like to promise them this kind of weather.
You won't find a tricky bunker shot or a straight 300-yard drive off the tee here, and although the game may look simple, it's the best in the business who make it look so easy.
It sounds easy, doesn't it? Well, you knock the ball through the hoop, but when you try it, you find it's not so easy at all.
Alex Verge was crowned national champion. She says on top of her personal goal, she wanted to prove the doubters wrong.
I was out to prove that women can do it as well as the men in golf croquet.
Suffering from arthritis, Alex took up the sport 8 years ago after being advised against playing golf, and it's a decision she's never regretted.
It's pretty lucky because I was a mediocre golfer. I'm a far better croquet player than I ever would have been golfer.
She beat 17-year-old Noel Reynolds in the final.
This is the second time the National Golf Croquet Championships have been held on the Sunshine Coast, and organisers hope the tournament will help boost the popularity of the sport.
It's affordable, it's engaging and challenging, and you can play it from age 10 to 80.
Daniel Duncanson, USC TV News.
That's our bulletin this week. If you have a story idea, please email us at usctvnews@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, I'm Jessica Taylor. Goodbye for now.